Hello everyone and welcome back to Big Brother, and this is your Saturday night episode, which is your eviction and your nominations, and I hope that you're all having an amazing week so far. So as you know, we have housemates up for nomination and we do have quite a lot of diary room stuff to go through today, so without further ado, I'm going to hand you over to Big Brother and then I will pick up with footage from the house.
Housemates. It's now time to find out who will be leaving the Big Brother house. The public votes have been counted, and the fifth person to leave the Big Brother house is Hope. Hope, please say your goodbyes and leave the Big Brother house.
Alright, so Hope is now evicted, and here is the footage from the previous day in the house. Now, it is quite early in the morning, but the housemates are up already, so that is quite interesting. And I think the main addition was last night, Big Brother snuck Andrew in. Yes, Andrew is now in the house, so Abby is none the wiser at this present time, although she is up and speaking to Levi. Levi does know Abby's in the house, so Levi does know Andrew's in the house, so he is probably preparing her at this point for the fact that he's in a sleeping bag. Poor Andrew. I mean, I know Andrew's a bit of a scumbag and whatnot, but, you know, he doesn't need to be in a sleeping bag, although some of you would probably want to, you know, strap him to a bed of nails for what he did, but, you know, there you go. Davina's just standing about in her underwear wanting to make a silly face to Abby, which is a bit difficult since she's like way over there. But Levi is still a bit dubious, I think, because they didn't share a bed for these. Oh, what is going on here? Oh, Roxy. She wants to become friends with Abby right away again. Why are they so far apart? Like, so random. So Big Brother has set up a tea room in here for Abby and Andrew, and once they have kind of got themselves sorted this morning, they are going to go and have some tea and find out really what's on Abby's mind and what she's wanting for her closure, I feel like. So Andrew, you know, you really want to stand there, why don't you go and use the all-in-one bathroom? And Abby, as usual, she is the mum of the house and she wants to go and make the bed. So first of all as well, before Abby and Andrew go and have their chat, Big Brother wants to speak to what's going on between these pair. Hope looks excited by it anyway. Big Brother wants to speak to Roxy because Roxy doesn't quite know she's head of house yet. So we're going to cut to the diary room and see what she thinks.
Hello, Roxy. You are now head of the household, the queen of Big Brother. You must rule over your subjects. From now until further notice, you cannot cook for yourself, you cannot clean the house or do the dishes. Your housemates must do it all for you. If you break any of these rules, the closest person to you will be punished.
What? I mean, I'm happy that I don't need to do anything. It'll be like having Madison back. But if I accidentally forget, then Duncan will be punished. He's the closest one to me. Oh, God, the pressure.
If you succeed, you can have anyone you like visit the house. Who would you like this to be?
Walter. Can I have Walter? It would be the happiest thing in the world for me if I could have Walter here just even for a few days. I've seriously missed him so much. He is such a good little guy and he wouldn't mess up the place or anything.
Alright, so Roxy knows that she's head of house now, so she cannot lift a finger or Duncan will be punished. So they are best friends, but as always, you know, there's a bit of a drama. So Abby's making her way into the tea room just now and she's going to serve up some tea for the two of them, and then once we'll leave them alone, let them have the conversation, and then we'll hear from each of them in the diary room just to find out exactly what they are thinking. I would like to do some wish fulfillment as well today, so we'll try and get that done as best we can, and I'm going to get Andrew to come over and join Abby for her tea in the tea set. Oh no, is Andrew a skinny dipper? Put it away. Your children are watching this. Your children are like, oh my god, daddy's in Big Brother. Oh, there's daddy's wiener. Not good. Not good. So away you go in and have your tea with Abby and talk about whatever it is that Abby wants to speak to you about, and we will have a look at the rest of the house. Now, Hope, what are you doing? Any particular wants? You want to become friends with Roxy, earn a new title for the nerds, group up with Roxy, or talk to Davina. So why don't we do that? Where is Davina? Where is our lovely Davina? She's making her way into the sauna. Now, Noah is in the sauna just now, and God knows how he must be feeling, because, I mean, obviously at this point in time, the woman that he has confessed that he loves is having tea with her ex-husband. You know, it's quite an awkward sort of time for him, I would say. Right, so you want to, what are you doing? Are you in the pool? Okay. Duncan, what are you doing? You want to woohoo with Roxy and you want to garden. So why not go and tend the garden? Now let's have a look at the lovely Levi. What's Levi doing? So Blake's in the pool with her clothes on, which is new for us. And we also have got Kalani is in there as well. And then we've got Levi who's holding his breath. I don't quite know who the competition's with. Is it with Kalari? It is with Kalari. And look at Blake just swimming right through. It's like she doesn't like not being noticed, you know. She's like trying to swim over them and make them notice her. Typical. Absolutely typical. And where are you off to? So Roxy's going to dive. So let's see how good a diver Roxy is. Look at Blake. Shameless. Roxy's quite a good diver. I'll give him that. So Duncan, you going to do that garden? Yes, you are. Good stuff. And Noah is just having a chat with Davina, but he is quite hungry. What is he going to do with her? Oh, Levi's starting to feel a bit ill. So it looks like Abby has had a chat with Andrew. Now, Andrew will leave tonight along with whoever was evicted. So he's not going to be in the house. He's not a permanent fixture, but we will hear from him and find out a bit about what his thoughts are on the conversation. So it looks like he's going to shakraba with Davina, as you do. Now, as you know, it is... Oh, okay, he thinks Davina's hot. Obviously wants a third wife, pig. So we are going to now go and find out the nominations for this week. Obviously this is the previous house footage, but we're going to find out who the housemates have nominated this week, and bearing in mind that next week is a double eviction. So whoever is up for eviction this week, 2 of them will be going home. Yes, 2 of them. So it's going to be a double eviction. So without further ado, I am going to cut to the nominations.
Hi, Roxy. Can you please give the name of your first nomination and explain your reasons behind that nomination?
I am so happy that I won Head of House Big Brother. You have absolutely no idea. My first nomination and the person who I am choosing to face the public vote is Blake. I am so happy that I'm able to put her up for nomination. I honestly thought when she came into the house, she was a nice girl. Someone I could get along with. How wrong was I? Girl has copped an attitude since freaking day one. She has this snooty, I'm so good for you persona, and I cannot stand that in someone.
Can you please give the name of your second nomination and explain your reasons behind that nomination?
Please don't shoot me, but it's Noah. I know I seem like a witch consistently nominating him, but I said it last week and I will say it again. He is the one that I like the least out of everyone that's left. That doesn't mean he's a bad guy. I'm just out of options.
Hi, Blake. Can you please give the name of your first nomination and explain your reasons behind that nomination?
My first nomination is Duncan. Half the time I cannot understand a word that he says. That accent is sexy, but it's too dang thick. So I really struggle to have a conversation with him. I don't think we'd get on very well, even if I could understand him. He seems very bland and boring to me.
Can you please give the name of your second nomination and explain the reasons behind that nomination?
Noah. Again. I just can't with that boy. He has an attitude with me, and I don't really know why. Perhaps he's attracted to me, and I don't want his affection to grow more, so it's keeping me at arm's length. Who knows? I'm pretty sick of it.
Hi, Levi. Can you please give the name of your first nomination and explain your reasons behind that nomination?
This might shock some of you, but I'm going to nominate Blake. Yes, Blake. I've come to the conclusion that I'm just a pawn in her game to win Big Brother. She had me blinded by her pretty face all this time, and I'm such a fool. Besides, we've been drawing away from each other for the last week. Every time I try to get close to her, she'll get up and go to the bathroom, the kitchen, the sauna, anywhere's not to be near me. And also, when we were talking about who we nominated last week, I mentioned Abby. She looked behind me and saw Noah standing there and said loudly, "You shouldn't be talking about nominations." Well, she asked me to nominate Abby, and I stupidly did. It all adds up perfectly now. I'll play along with her little charade that she's got going on, but for anything else outside the house, no thank you.
Can you please give the name of your second nomination and explain your reasons behind that nomination?
My second nomination is Duncan. Now, the reason is going to seem a little bit odd. I really wish we didn't have to do second nominations because it feels like I'm just grasping at straws. But, well, in order to do this nomination, I took my lucky D20 and I made a saving throw for each one of them, and Duncan lost. So, Duncan it is.
Hi, Noah. Can you please give the name of your first nomination and explain your reasons behind that nomination?
I think this week it has to be Levi. I overheard him talking to Blake about who he nominated last week, and that is not allowed. We signed a contract to say we will not talk about nominations to each other, and there he is, talking it up with Blake about it. I don't know if Blake noticed me looking, but she quickly told him they shouldn't discuss it. What really pissed me off, though, was hearing Abby's name. It was as if those two were plotting against her. It made me quite mad.
Can you please give the name of your second nomination and explain your reasons behind that nomination?
Blake, obviously. I feel she is using Levi as a puppet, and everyone can see it except him. I mean, Levi, come on, man. I know she's pretty, but you gotta look past that and see her evil ways. She's using you, man. She is clearly manipulating him, and I don't think she has any intention of continuing the relationship outside of the house. She sees him as a meal ticket to the final. She doesn't have to win to get simoleons. She is clearly using Levi to do that.
Hello, Duncan. Can you please give the name of your first nomination and explain your reasons behind that nomination?
Is it really that time again, Big Brother? Okay, I think my first nomination is going for Blake, because recently she keeps asking me to repeat myself and makes a big song and dance about not understanding my accent. We've been in this house now for 5 weeks and she hasn't had a problem up till now. I feel like she's trying to embarrass me.
And can you please give the name of your second nomination and explain your reasons behind that nomination?
Okay, my second nomination is a bit tougher. It's going to be Davina. And I know that she's Roxy's best friend, but I haven't really got any other option. I really like everyone else in the house a lot more, and I feel like she hasn't quite forgiven me yet for the Lucy scenario.
Hi, Abby. Can you please give the name of your first nomination and explain the reasons behind that nomination?
I'm nominating Blake. Noah told me he overheard a conversation in the garden between she and Levi, and they were openly discussing nomination tactics. And my name was mentioned. We're forbidden from discussing whom we're going to nominate, or whom we already have. It's part of the game, and Blake is clearly manipulating that for her own benefit. I'm inexperienced at dating too, so I feel Levi there, but I've been a mom long enough to know when someone is trying to snow me. It's sad because I do think she makes him happy.
Can you please give the name of your second nomination and explain the reasons behind that nomination?
I'm also voting for Levi because although he is clearly being manipulated by Blake, he's complicit in this scheme. We're all adults here and we have to own up to our choices.
Hi, Davina. Can you please give the name of your first nomination and explain the reasons behind that nomination?
Blake. Thank God I can nominate that bitch this week. She was all smug walking about like she owned the place last week because she couldn't be nominated. Well, she can now, and I am nominating her. My reason? She is unsociable and manipulates Levi, and he deserves better. He's a great guy. If it wasn't for Sky, I wouldn't be after it.
Can you please give the name of your second nomination and explain your reasons behind that nomination?
So, I'm back to Abby again. It's getting difficult to choose who to nominate because the numbers are getting so small. I was going to vote for Noah, but I think he'll probably be up again this week, and I don't know if I could beat him in the public vote, as he'll probably get all the teenage votes on account of his hotness, so I can't risk him being up. It's getting to the stage where tactics have to be played.
Housemates, you have each nominated and your votes have been counted. The housemate who faced the public vote this week are Blake, Duncan, Levi, and Noah. This week is also different as 2 of you will be leaving the Big Brother house. This is a double eviction week.
All right, so back to the house now. We now know who is nominated. What? Okay, so Blake has just had a go at Levi. What are you doing to him? Mock his cleverness. Oh, Blake. Oh, guys, things are not looking good for old Levi. Are you going to take that, Levi? Are you really? Well, I think you will just give her an argue as well, since, you know, you don't deserve it, and of course she runs away. Dang it, we don't get a chance, we don't get a chance. Poor Levi. What a blooming shame. So, Davina is going to, come and give him a compliment. Alrighty. There is definitely an improved relationship between these two, which is, okay, Levi, I wasn't expecting that reaction. Davina thinks Levi is being flirty. Davina, you're with Kalari. Okay. Yeah, I think that they do like each other, but they wouldn't take it any further. I don't know. I just don't know with these Sims. Really, I don't. And Mr. Kalari is in here just now. Why don't you actually make us some good lunch? Why don't you make us some vegetarian dim sum? So I think what is best to do is for Abby to come over here and speak to Noah just now. So let's go over here just now and give him a massage. Now that Abby is free and clear from Andrew, you know, there's a little woohoo want there that would be good to fix. However, I don't think doing it when Andrew's in the house is a particularly classy idea, so I don't think that our Abby would do that. I'm dying to find out their diary room footage. A lot of tonight will be in the diary room, guys, because we've just got so much to actually do. But Wednesday we'll have more footage from the house, but we've just got a lot going on that we want to get, you know, known. So Abby can come in and massage and then give him a heat of the moment kiss. And Duncan has improved his gardening skill. Good for you, Duncan. Why don't you go and stop that and you can use the garden? So I'm definitely, a lot of you'd asked if I would do, updates on these housemates. I'm definitely going to be doing current households on them once this series is finished. So I will be playing with them, or maybe doing like short gameplays of, you know, their story. Not actually full LPs, but, you know, short gameplays. Who knows? Let me know what you think. And you want to kiss. So he's totally... yeah, he's just up for it. He really does. He just loves her so much. It's so cute. Why don't you give her some flowers? Let's pull some flowers out your ass for her. Yes, let's do that. Super cute. So, without further ado, let's find out what has been on with Abby and Andrew in the, you know, when they went for their tea. Because I want to know what's happening, because I want them to woohoo, personally. See, to be honest, I want them to get on it, but, you know, there you go. I just love those two. I'm nabby for the win. Not actually for the win, the game, because obviously that's not up to me, but I'm nabby for the, you know, I like them as a couple. I think they're really, really good. Andrew, what are you doing? Or did you just dive in? Okay, cool. So let's hear from the diary room and see how they have got on.
Hi, Abby. Now that you've spoken to Andrew, how are you feeling?
Big Brother, I can't thank you and the viewers enough. What a relief! Not to be cruel, but it's like I've had 170 pounds of megalomaniac lifted from my shoulders, and it feels so awesomely. I know that my kids are watching, so I don't want to be too harsh. And love you and miss you babies, by the way. And I wouldn't change the past for anything because my kids are everything to me. Yet I can't help but wonder, what was I thinking? What was my rush? I'm so glad that Andrew and I have been able to move past this slog of a conflict and that we had our beautiful kids. But cheese and rice! He seemed so nonplussed by my kiss with Noah. Completely flabbergasted, if I'm being honest. And while it would have been satisfying in the past, it's not. I'm happy, he's happy, and our kids are safe, healthy, and loved. This has been a lesson for us all, and the only way to move forward is as adults, united in raising the children we brought into this world. It's our responsibility. But it's funny, because now I know I've never actually loved anyone romantically, and it makes things more confusing with Noah, because is that what I'm feeling? Or am I just getting ahead of myself again?
Did you find out how your children feel about Noah?
I did, actually. My youngest two think he's a nice guy and are happy to see me smile again. My middle kiddo thinks Noah's tats are epic, but doesn't trust him yet. And my eldest girls think he's hot and choice, so I guess that's a thumbs up. Andrew also mentioned that he's miffed that Katie said he's being salty about the whole court liaison thing, which tickles me.
Thank you, Abby. You may leave the diary room.
It certainly wasn't what I expected her to say. Who was she to forgive me? I know that, in society's eye, my choice to have two families is generally unacceptable, but it's right for Melissa and I. And until Abby found out, she was satisfied with her circumstances. Maybe I should have told her about my other wife and kids, but I think she overreacted. That being said, I'm glad that things between us will be more amicable, and that we can all move past this unpleasantness. It's better for the kids and I, honestly. As for her new relationship, I'll be honest, I'm gobsmacked. Abby is a lovely woman, but I had figured that it would take her longer to move on, and for her to get together with a guy who's so handsome and 7 years her junior to boot, well, hell's bells, it was a revelation. I wouldn't say that I'm hurt that she admitted she never loved me and knew that I didn't love her, but it's surprising to hear it out loud. Abby made such a fuss when she found out about my other family that you'd think she felt something for me. Seeing her kiss a strange man, though, it stung a tad. She always was one to make a scene. I agree with her, though. I love our kids and thank her for carrying and raising them.
Alrighty, so you've got Andrew and Abby's feedback, and from one couple to another. Now, Duncan, we said we were going to get some wishes. Now, Duncan and Roxy are both in the sauna, and in the sauna, you can have some special sauna woohoo. And I think for these guys, their wish is to woohoo, so let's give them some really good woohoo in the sauna. Hopefully it works, because I don't really do. Let's have a look at this. This should be quite amusing to top off our evening anyway. Would you like to woohoo with me? I just love these two as well. I mean, I say I'm nabby, but I love these two as well. It's really, really difficult. She certainly sounds like she's enjoying that. Well done. You managed to do that and not even take off a piece of clothing. Well, there you go. Obviously experts in the sauna woohoo, but the sauna is quite good in a way because you can actually try for a girl and a boy as well with the sauna woohoo, so it's pretty good that you've got the kind of options there. So as always on a hot day, the swimming pool is kind of full. That's kind of what it is, the swimming pool, so they're kind of always in it, but we can think of other activities and things to do anyway. Like I say, this episode is pretty much diary room, because we have lots to talk about, and we also have one more person that Big Brother wants to speak to, and that is Mr. Kalari, because Big Brother has got a special mission for him, and we are going to find out what it is right now.
Hi, Kalari. You have had time to settle into your surroundings, but now we have a task for you.
Yeah, I was wondering when this was going to happen.
As a Big Brother guest, you cannot be nominated, but we cannot let you live here without something in return.
Well, that sounds ominous, doesn't it?
You are going to be a double agent and do as Big Brother commands. Your first task is you must become friends with every housemates as soon as possible, and you're not allowed to spend alone time with Davina till this is completed.
Now, wait a minute. I don't like the sound of that.
Your second task will be each week bring information to the diary room from conversations you've had with your newfound friends. We want to know everything.
Am I getting this right? You want me to be a spy?
Thank you, Kilari. You may leave the diary room.
Well, I suppose if I must.
So there you go, guys. Roxy's head of house and Kalari is Big Brother's secret spy. We also have 4 housemates up for nomination, and Abby and Andrew have spoken. So although you haven't heard much from me or footage from the house, everything has been, quite clear in the diary room. So let me know below what you think of the whole scenario in the comments below, and of course make sure you go to my website and vote for the housemate you wish to evict. Bearing in mind this week's really important, it's a double eviction, so if you don't vote, your favourite could go out. So don't come crying to me next week when your favourite's kicked out because you didn't vote. And it looks like Andrew has a thing for Hope. So I hope you have a fantastic Saturday night, guys. Please don't forget to thumbs up the video and leave me a comment below letting me know what you think of the episode, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye, guys.